Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and today we're removing the gauge cluster on our G35. So we're going to start off with a 10mm socket, and we're going to disconnect the negative battery terminal. It's always good to do this when working with electronics. So we're just going to remove that and set it out of the way. And so inside on the driver's side, we're going to come down here under the hood release, and you're going to find a 10mm bolt. It also has a Phillips if you want to use a screwdriver. And so once we remove that, we're going to pull this trim back here just to get it a little bit out of the way. And now we can pull straight down on this whole piece here, and it's all going to come down. It's still connected on the VDC buttons and some of the other things, but we're okay just to leave them there. Now we're going to go ahead and remove two of these Phillips point screws and just under the steering wheel. And the top piece comes off, kind of like a little puzzle. It comes together. We'll go ahead and remove this. And now onto the bottom part of it, it just comes out as well. And there's also another piece you can see right here. And we could probably remove that one first if you wanted to, but it's just a cross point screw again. Just removing that out of there. And so now we can remove that piece out of the way here. And next we're going to work on the turn signal and windshield wiper stock. And so as you see, there's a button on the top and there's also a button on the bottom. So we pinch both of those at the same time and it slides right out. Okay, so that's for the turn signal. The other one for the windshield wipers, there is a harness that comes in the back. So you push down on that tab right there in the middle and then you can slide it out. And it helps if you have a screwdriver as well. But we're going to go ahead and push that out of the way. And now it's the same thing. We're just going to pinch on the top and the bottom, and we're able to slide the windshield wiper section out here. Okay, now we're going to take a stubby little cross point here. We're going to go ahead and remove these both on each side. Okay, with those out of the way, for the keyhole, you just pull straight and that ring will come off, and we can kind of go around it and leave the rest in place. We don't have to disconnect it all. Okay, now we also have this for adjusting your mirrors. And so in the back it has a clip and it has a button right there in the middle. And so we're going to push down on that, and I found it useful to take a screwdriver and just kind of help spread the connector out once that button is depressed, and it then just pops right out. Okay, now we have 4 screws we're taking out, and so this one with the red dot on it is towards the back. This is for the gauge cluster itself. And I used an extension with a little U-joint to get up in there, but it's just a 10mm. And then there's one in the front, and it's easier to see this from the front of the steering column. And it's going to be the same thing on the other side. So there's one there in the rear that we're going after. So it's 10mm, same size. And here's a little better look back up in there for it. And this one is just at the front on the other side. So once we have all 4 of those out, we can pull the gauge cluster forward. And now there's 2 electrical connections, and we're just going to undo these. And so here's a view of it. Right in the center, there's a little button to push, and then you just slide it out. And on the other side, another one. Just push the button on the bottom and slide it out. So very simple. Now we're just able to reach in here and slide the entire gauge cluster out and over the column. So it's out. So that's how easy it is to remove the gauge cluster. We're actually sending this one in because the gas gauge keeps reading full. It's going to be repaired. I'll have a video on that in the future. But thanks for watching, and please subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll put a playlist in the video description showing all the other videos I've done on this car. So thanks for watching.